Americans are spending more on travel. A new travel survey is to be released this month that reveals the current trends that are changing the way Americans travel, how much they spend, how, when, and where they spend it. And Lee Abamonte is joining us now. He's in the travel industry. He's an expert, globetrotter, joins us to fill us in on all the latest travel trends and tips for the upcoming travel season so you can travel smarter. All right, Lee, what are the latest trends in summer travel, and what are the travelers spending their time and money on?
Well, it's interesting. According to a new survey from Allianz Travel Insurance called the Vacation Confidence Index, Americans are actually going to spend $100 billion this summer on travel alone, which is up significantly from prior years. Some of the trends that we're seeing is the sharing economy is up to 50%, meaning 1 out of 2 Americans is going to be using one of the sharing economy services, such as like Airbnb, Uber, Lyft, etc., which has really tripled in the last 3 years. It's pretty crazy how that's just taken off so much.
Yeah, no, I'm part of that number. I use Airbnb all the time. It's my go-to. But let's talk about the sharing economy. That term I haven't heard much. But is the sharing economy more or less popular with Americans, or is it more worldwide?
It's really popular with everybody, to be honest. As you mentioned, I travel quite a bit, and I use it both. I live in New York City, and I use it almost every day. Literally, I use Uber or Lyft or Via or one of them each and every day. And when I travel, I almost exclusively use Uber when I travel because it's just easier that way. You don't have to deal with currency conversions or getting change, or if you don't have euros or pounds or whatever currency you're in, it's just easy to type in the name of the restaurant or the hotel, and they pick you right up. It's great.
All right, let's talk the confidence of Americans. That you say that they're confident they're going to take vacations this year. Are you seeing more planning ahead? Obviously, is that what the results are showing?
Yeah, nearly half of Americans are actually pretty confident that they're going to take a vacation this summer and or sometime in 2017 overall. It's an increase over prior years, which is great because it's showing the economy is doing pretty well and Americans are looking to do vacations this year. It's a little different than foreigners coming into America, but it's nice to see that Americans are getting out there and traveling.
And this seems like a rhetorical question, but the studies that show that Americans are using all of their vacation days?
No, that's actually not true. It's they're using some of them, and they're being shamed sometimes at work. So 1 out of 4 Americans is actually reporting that they're feeling guilty about using the vacation days that they're entitled to, their paid time off, whether it's from their employer or colleagues at work. They're actually feeling anxious or stressful about actually using their vacation time, if you can believe it. To me, that's a foreign concept, but it's a true story.
That vacation or shaming at work, that's interesting. From coworkers and obviously bosses. I guess the coworkers would be upset that you're not using all of your vacation days, and the boss would be upset that you are using them.
Absolutely. So I guess the alternative is if you did plan a trip and then you are shamed into it, just make sure you're actually covered by travel insurance, because things happen sometimes out of your control and you don't want to have a financial loss to offset already stressful situation if your trip is canceled, delayed, or interrupted. I love to use Allianz Travel Insurance for my needs. I have an annual policy and I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I've done the travel insurance on single trips occasionally. If I know I'm definitely going to go, then I don't do it. But one last thing, kind of I guess for somebody like me, convince me why I should use travel insurance every time.
Well, if you leave the country more than twice a year, I would definitely recommend doing an annual policy. But even if you're just taking a one-off trip, things happen and you never know. I mean, you could buy an air ticket, and if it's a covered reason, you're going to get your money back, which is key because sometimes things happen. Like what if you get injured or you're sick and you bought a non-refundable airline ticket or whatever could have happened? You definitely want to have that in your back pocket so it's just one less thing you have to worry about, and the cost is very little compared to the investment that you've made in your travel.
I appreciate all the information, Lee. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.
Anytime. Thank you.
Travel. I want to thank Allianz Travel Insurance for making that segment possible. We'll be right back.
Good deal.
A little bit more left.